When it comes to implementing AI in the workplace, we often have these huge expectations for productivity gains. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. And in fact, it can also be the opposite sometimes, as some studies have shown. Like the 2024 Upwork Research Institute report that found that 77% of workers reported that their workloads increased once AI was implemented in their workplace and the productivity decreased. And they shared three main reasons for that. The first is the time spent validating AI outputs. So we know AI is not perfect. We know it hallucinates and it can be problematic sometimes. So having that human in the loop is really important to make sure that we're working with AI, adding our own expertise, editing content, and that takes time. The second is just the huge learning curve that AI brings. Often a one-time training is not going to be enough. It may give you the basics of using a tool, but they can be complicated, and actually using it in the flow of work is a little bit different than what you might learn when you're doing the training. And the third reason is just higher overall productivity expectations. Once we have these tools in place, it's easy for managers and higher ups to assume, okay, now we can do a lot more with the resources we have. And that can be problematic because it leads to higher expectations for outputs, and that can lead to decreased quality. So maybe we are taking shortcuts when it comes to validating AI content, or we're doing other things quicker so that we can have more time to do other things. So all these things really come down to a lack of a human-centered approach to AI implementation and making sure that employees are involved in these conversations. So the same report also reported that a third of them just feel overwhelmed right now with AI. And so having them involved in these conversations and making sure as practitioners, we're talking to each other too, learning from best practices, from what others have done, what they're hearing, so that we can make sure we're implementing AI in a way that works for employees and it works for business and it gives us the results we're looking for.